Hey, you guys. I wanted to make a short video about Joe Biden's chart, and I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to do that, although not today, because I like his chart, and I wanted to explore it. Again, similar to what I did with Mueller's chart, not talk about the politics so much, but as if I knew them, or what I would say to them if they were my client, or their inner world, more than prediction. Anyway, so we will do that. But I wanted to make a different video today because it seemed like there was news story after news story about women associated with Trump, and I'm thinking of Kellyanne, Conway, and Sarah Sanders in particular, in the news today. It made me think about the eclipses. Now, the first eclipse at the beginning of July is in Cancer. Cancer is associated with the moon and with women. The second eclipse is in the opposite sign, Capricorn, usually associated with men and Saturn. So these are the signs we are dealing with, the energies we are dealing with. And I was walking home and feeling that these women around him in the news today directly related to these eclipses. Because Saturn rules, Capricorn rules government and big business, and the moon being women. And also, this isn't a Roe v. Wade video, but this battle between the woman, the moon, Cancer versus government, Capricorn, Saturn, business, that is also, that's part of the reason why this is happening now. So there may be more women that we hear about this month and next month, women in particular, around Trump. I think we're going to hear more stories about more women, and there might even be some that I'm forgetting right now. I feel like I'm forgetting one in particular that was in the news just a couple days ago. And I can't remember who it was. But there's going to be more. So then I decided to take a look, not to do a big chart reading, but just to see if these eclipses in July fall anywhere near or, have any activity in their charts, in Conway and Sanders' charts. And lo and behold, the answer is yes. They're getting direct hits, you guys. I don't know how much detail to give you because I think some of you just want the general, you just want, so I'll give some details for those who want. But I won't go too much into it. I think most people who are listening to this aren't necessarily wanting an astrology lesson. But listen to this, okay? Listen to this if you know the astrology. Sarah Sanders' North Node is at 11 Cancer. That's where the first eclipse is. That's the degree. So she's going on to something new. And again, this isn't a political video in the sense of lover, hater, my opinion, my politics. This is just, no matter who she was, if there's an eclipse on your North Node, you're going in a new direction. There's a change. A significant change, a life purpose change. And so this announcement comes, where is this solar eclipse? Right on her North Node, which is the direction she needs to go in. So this has been inevitable. This has I mean, it was bound to happen. Now her Pluto, she's got Pluto in Libra at 24. The full moon Capricorn eclipse squares it. Some people don't look at squares when they look at eclipses. I do, because I consider all the major aspects. I intuitively, psychically, I think she definitely had mixed feelings, has mixed feelings about leaving, but that it's time to leave. I mean, if Pluto's involved, okay, here's your astrology lesson. If Pluto's involved, there's going to be angst. All right, there's going to be an existential crisis, or a physical crisis, spiritual crisis, emotional. There's going to be some kind of crisis with Pluto, because that's what Pluto is about. And it's going to bring her to something better for her. No matter what you think about her, her soul needs to go somewhere, and it's leaving where she is, and it's going to go somewhere else. But that Pluto is going to bring the angst and intense emotions, which I'm pretty sure she may or may not be all that in touch with them. But let's not go too deep. Let's not go too deep into her inner world. If you want to go into Sarah Sanders' inner world in another video, let me know. She also has Saturn in Libra. So, at 17, both of these eclipses really have they're so busy in her chart that it's just time. It's time for her to have a big, big shift in her life. Also, her Venus is in Cancer. So that, the second one, again, the full moon in Capricorn eclipse, that's closer to her Venus than the solar eclipse. The full moon one meaning endings and releases and emotions, turbulent emotions. This is something that I forgot to mention in a previous video about eclipses. Some astrologers believe that a solar eclipse is more external. And you'll hear this many places. Like you can hear this from, other people on YouTube or books. So these ideas are familiar. I didn't make them up. They're just, they're in the consciousness if you study astrology. That folks talk about the solar eclipse is something outside you. But the lunar one is more internal and is more about our response, perhaps. Now she does, I just said I wasn't going to do much about her chart, but she has a pretty interesting chart. Okay, for those who like some of the details. She has a Leo sun, Gemini moon, but she's got Mercury in Virgo. Isn't that interesting? Mars in Scorpio, Venus in Cancer. She actually has a Mars-Jupiter conjunction. Anyway, these eclipses are all over her chart. She was bound to make a big, big change. A job change is a big, big change. So you guys, if you're listening to this, and yeah, all the cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, Libra. And if you are Cancer rising or Capricorn rising. And especially if your planets or points are close to the eclipse degrees, there's going to be change in your world. Now let's look up Kellyanne Conway natal chart. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see the charts, just Google them. So the eclipses dramatically touch Conway's chart as well. She is a late degree Capricorn. She's 29 degree Capricorn. That full moon eclipse is on her sun. So again, themes of releasing. She's got Jupiter in Cancer. So that second eclipse opposes her Jupiter. Now, I do realize that their situations are different. Where was the headline that I saw today? Wait, let me see. Is there anything else in her chart that I wanted to mention? Her Mars is involved in this. You know what I'm getting psychically? So I'm talking to you. I'm looking at the chart, but I am an intuitive, a psychic, and I just get information. So what I'm getting is that she's pissed. I feel like Sarah Sanders made a choice, and she's emotional about her choice, but Conway is pissed. She's angry. What I get around her vibrationally is anger and rage, and I'm not I'm saying that because I believe it's true, not because I believe it is bad to be angry or for a woman to be angry. But she's angry. She's really freaking pissed. And she's going to continue to be angry. Mars in Libra. So both the eclipses square her Libra. Her Mars, I mean. U.S. government office finds Kellyanne Conway violated Hatch Act. Hatch Act. And recommends that she be removed for violating Hatch Act. It's hard to say. Violated the Hatch Act on numerous occasions. She's pissed, you guys. She's like really, really pissed. So to summarize, we have these eclipses in July, and eclipses are game changers. They are life changers for us all, but how much it's going to change your life or affect you depends on your birth chart, on your natal chart, and your progress chart, I have to add. And both of these women's charts are absolutely affected by these eclipses in July. I'm looking in my notes here to see anything else. Yeah, it's a theme of release. They're being released, or it's being suggested that they need to be released, and off they go. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go. I will do a video about Joe Biden's chart. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, but I'll do that soon because I like his chart. It's definitely an interesting one. And we will talk again. We will talk again soon.